Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well. As you guessed from this video's title, this video is about the Leica D-Lux 7. This is my baby. This is the camera that accompanies me no matter where I go. And you're probably thinking, didn't she just get a Leica Q2? What the hell is she talking about? Well, compared to the Leica Q2, let's start with why I love this camera. First point is the form factor and design. I love the retro design. I love the mix of the metal with the black. It just speaks to me. I relate to that. I don't know about you. And the fact that this is a small, discreet camera that I can just put in my handbag, in my backpack. I have smaller bags, so this just slides right in. There is not a single bag where this camera does not fit. And that is exactly what I was looking for, because I got sick and tired of using my iPhone. Now, David can tell you, I was crazy with the iPhone, that I was constantly on my phone, not only doom scrolling, but constantly saying, stop, let me take a photo with the phone. Yes, I was one of those people in the restaurants that didn't eat for like 10-15 minutes until I got the shot. But that came to a stop because I was no longer satisfied with the phone, because the phone is for work, the phone is for communication, for social media, and photography became more of something in the background. And I no longer had the satisfaction of being on my phone, because the reason why I really was on my phone was for photography. That is the reason why I buy, for example, the Pro Max models, because I want to have the best camera available. So as I was sick and tired of doing that on my phone, I wanted something small, something I could carry with me, something where I could just switch off and be in that moment. And I remember when David got his Leica D-Lux 7, it was after mine actually. He's the one who talked about this camera way before I even made that decision. And then that was the moment when I realized that is it. This is the camera that is my friend, that will accompany me, that will help me to switch off and be in the moment. And aside from the form factor and the design, the other thing I really love about this camera, and that is the deciding factor, is the image quality. Now, I often shoot in RAW, and the fact that this camera offers this is incredible. I had started not to use RAW after listening to David's videos, where I realized that actually, I'm more confident in my photography. I don't need to have control over it in post. Let me try to correct that before I take the photo. And I'm still struggling with that, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to use more JPEG than RAW, just so that I already prepare everything before I take the shot and not rely on editing alone. We were both impressed by this incredible machine. The quality was incredible. I mean, the light, we struggled so much. I remember taking photos of this at a recent Leica event where it was dark outside, it was raining, it was already like past 6 in the evening, and indoor there were just a few lights, but I was able to use the zoom, take photos, and it was still very clear. Which leads me to my next point. The other thing I love about this camera is the filters. Now, I love to use filters, and I think coming from taking photos with an iPhone, I kind of got used to using filters. So I'm totally embrace that when it helps me tell a story in that photo. And I love the monochrome filter on this camera. It is unbeatable. Yeah, what can I say? This is so easy to hold. It is like my paintbrush, and the world is my canvas. That is how I see this. It is not just a tool to get what I want. And it really helped me come to the point where I said I'm gonna sell the Canon and the lenses. This is the camera that made it possible. Because while David was previously on the more is more trip, I mostly had less is more. Then we switched. And I was not satisfied because I had too many choices. I wasn't focused on the task at hand. That is taking photos of the moment. So to wrap it up, basically, what I love about this camera is the design, is the image quality, is the filters. And still, I've had this for a couple of years now and I'm impressed. It hasn't felt a single day. Let me know if you have the Leica D-Lux 7, what you think about it. And on that note, I will be ending this video. Thank you so much for listening and see you next week.